Hey, this is Matt back with a review of the second episode of Fear of the Walking Dead called So Close Yet So Far. Alright, I thought this was a pretty good follow up episode to the pilot of the series. It started out with Travis being pretty much frantic, wanting to just get the hell out of LA, get some water, get some supplies, and just get out, which we know that ain't going to help you much since, the apocalypse is going to be worldwide. But anyways, that was his plan. Then he tried to get a hold of his son Chris, which he tried to call him, and Chris just ignored his call and wasn't trying to hear it because they kind of been having a spat or whatever, and he didn't want to hear from his dad. We found out in this episode that Matt, who was supposed to meet Alicia at the beach in the first episode, we see now that he has been bitten in this episode, and has getting the fever, and obviously we know sooner or later he's going to turn. Also, Chris is on a public bus. Whenever something goes down, I'm pretty sure it's just a walker, but the cops don't know what it is, and they end up shooting. It's like a homeless man. They shoot him multiple times, and then there's a big rally, a protest of people, against the cops and whatnot, and Chris gets kind of, swooped into that, and he's got his camcorder, and he's recording the whole thing, and, documenting it and whatnot, and, Travis is still trying to get a hold of Chris. He ends up driving over to his ex-wife's house, and they're both looking, trying to figure out where Chris is, and then they see him on TV because they're broadcasting on TV. So Chris's mom, Eliza, knows, she figures out where he is. So her and Travis go to get Chris, out of that craziness. Also in the episode, Madison is trying to help her son Nick. His foot is hurting real bad. He's getting sick, and he needs some medicine from the school. So she goes to the school to get some medicine, and then she runs into Tobias there, which is the crazy kid from the first episode. They kind of already knew what was going on. The one that was trying to tell her, it's spreading, and the sickness. They don't know if it's a sickness or what it is, but yeah. He's there trying to get supplies from the cafeteria to stock up because he knows that shit's getting real, And while they're there, they run into the principal. I can't think of his name; it escapes me right now. But he has turned. You can tell, look like he got bit on his back. And Madison don't know what to think of it, so she keeps pushing him off. And then Tobias knows what's going on, and he tries. He struggles with the principal. I can't think of his name. That's killing me right now. But anyways, he struggles with him, and then he's about to get bit by him, and then Madison saves him, kills the principal with a fire extinguisher, smashing his head. Obviously, the only way to stop him. And then they leave, and she drops Tobias off back at his house. And when she gets back, she's trying to figure out where Travis is. She calls him, and meanwhile, Travis and Eliza, his ex-wife, and his son Chris, they're trying to get away from the protest, and which turns into a riot. And they stop into a barber shop, the Salazar's barber shop, which they're gonna be new to the series. They really didn't get much into them, but it's a man and his wife, his daughter, and I want to say maybe his mother, and they have like a little area in the back part, where they're living out of, I assume it looks like. But Travis, Eliza, and Chris take shelter in there while the riots are going on. They're trying to get away from it and whatnot. But yeah, all in all, it was a pretty good episode following up the pilot, and it just looks like it's going to start getting crazier and crazier every episode. Shit's just going to continue to hit the fan, and it's gonna be great. Any Walking Dead fan knows it's only gonna get worse. So, the only bad thing is the next episode isn't for 2 weeks. I guess they're skipping next week because of Labor Day. So, unfortunately, we have to wait 2 weeks to see what happens next. But yeah, I'm digging this show. It's definitely a good time filler until the Bang Daddy comes back October 11th. But yeah, I really like this show. It's I think it's gonna be really good in the long run. Like I said, it's kind of starting out. They're getting their legs under them, and I think it's gonna be great. But yeah, I appreciate y'all checking out the review of this. And if y'all haven't seen the episode, definitely check it out. It's definitely worth seeing. All right, I'll be back with y'all later on. Y'all have a good one.
Welcome to Woodburn.